party, we can't just be the party of no. As a party, we've got good solutions. Let's increase domestic production of energy, creating hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs. The Republican Party should be the party of growth and opportunity.
So he slams the party of no one day, and the next he slams the president and says no to minimum wage increase. It was a remarkable about-face, and it led to this testy exchange.
Until a few moments ago, we were going down a pretty cooperative road. You just heard what I think ended up being probably the most partisan statement that we've had all weekend. I don't know what the heck was a reference to white flag when it comes to people making $404 a week. I mean, that's the most insane statement I've ever heard.
I'd like to respond just quickly. If that was the most partisan statement he's heard all weekend, I want to make sure that he hears a more partisan statement, which is I think we could also grow the economy more if we would delay more of these Obamacare mandates.
The Republican Party is broken, and even Republicans know it. Now, if they could just get out of their own way, we could see some real action. Joining me now are Crystal Ball and Joan Walsh. Thank you both for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us, Rob.
Joan, when Governor Jindal attacked the GOP as the party of no, was he thinking of Governor Jindal?
I think he might have been, Reverend Al. I mean, this is the second time Bobby Jindal has done this. He clearly either has the instincts or the advisors to know that there's something wrong with his party. It's broken.
Right.
And so he came out and said, you know, we can't be the party of stupid, and now we can't be the party of no. But, you know, he's stuck on no, and he's stuck on stupid. He can't move away from the same damaging, really unpopular policies, and he can't move away from trashing the president. So after having a cordial go-round with this president who really reached out and tried to emphasize areas that used to be common ground, universal pre-K used to be a kind of bipartisan idea.
Exactly.
Raising the minimum wage, same thing.
Yeah.
He goes off after that and becomes Mr. No once again.
And you know, Crystal, when Jindal called the GOP the party of no, you know, let's remember all the things the Republicans have said no to. Raising the minimum wage, extending long-term unemployment benefits, expanding Medicaid in many states, closing corporate tax loopholes, a path to citizenship, the American Jobs Act, which economists say would have added 1.9 million jobs, and new gun laws, and on and on and on. They have been the party of no. Jindal was right about that on Sunday.
Right. Right. Well, and he is very much in line with all of the items that you just listed of them being the party of no about. So he is right in step with the rest of the Republican Party. I mean, here is the real problem for this party. Their economic philosophy has been totally, thoroughly discredited. We had a financial collapse because of their economic philosophy. We have the highest heights of inequality because of their economic philosophy. So he may realize that it's not good for them to be the party of stupid, that it's not good for them to be the party of no, but they have nowhere else to go because their entire economic theory is totally debunked.
But then why in these flashes when he talks about the party of no, and he has these apparent flashes of political sanity, does he come back like he does today and doubles down? For example, here's Republican Congressman Devin Nunes, what he says about his own party's agenda for the rest of the year. Listen to this. Let me read it to you. He says, it's over. It's finished. In the House, we've got 30 guys who don't want to support anything ever unless it balances the budget next year.
Well, they are. They're stuck, Reverend Al. I mean, they know they have a lot of problems. One of their problems is their reliance almost exclusively on white voters. So periodically they say, we've got to get ourselves some different voters. But they can't do comprehensive immigration reform, even though there probably are the votes for it, because they're afraid of a backlash. They know they need more women voters, but they can't loosen up. They can't stop bashing women. They can't stop promoting more anti-choice policies because they've still got to play to that culturally conservative base. They want more young voters. Same thing, though. They can't. They're tied to their base, and they will not give it up in order to reach out and venture out and possibly grab new voters. So it's easy for them. The default at the end of the day is to just say no, disrespect the president, and hope that their voters turn out as they often do in the midterms. And, you know, this is the thing. They're right about
that's
the
the
midterms.
question, Crystal. In the midterms, as Jones just said, will they pay for it in 2014? 2016, will they pay for it again?
Right. Well, and I think in 2016, they will almost definitely pay for it.
Right.
2014, they're still holding on to their success in 2010. That's why they think they don't really have to reform, because they point back to the conservative wave of 2010, a midterm election with low turnout. They're banking on 2014 looking like that again. And it's up to Democrats, really, to get their voters excited and get them out to the polls, because if it is another low turnout election, you are probably going to see conservatives pick up seats in the House, and that will then keep them from making the changes and reforming the party in the way that they really need to be a true national governing party again.
You know, Joan, the GOP keeps touting this CBO report that came out last week about the minimum wage, and it says that it would cost the nation about 500,000 jobs, but it would also increase earnings for 16.5 million workers.
Right.
And it would also lift 900,000 people out of poverty. Of course, the Republicans don't tout that. And the president, watch what he was saying last week about the minimum wage.
This is not just good policy, it also happens to be good politics. The reason that this is important is not because if everybody is going to be benefiting from a hike in the minimum wage. The truth is that most working Americans make more than the minimum wage already. But people, I think, instinctually understand that part of what this country should be about is if you're working hard and taking responsibility, that you can get ahead and that you can look after your family.
Well, yeah, and this, you know, we've got to say, I mean, I respect the CBO. They do good work normally, but this report is an outlier. Most economists agree that there's only a marginal, if any, impact on the number of jobs. Right. So the report is controversial. They're taking some
contradictory.
And contradictory. There's contradictory stuff in it. But overall, I mean, sure, you know, we might have more jobs, Reverend Al, if we did away with child labor laws. We might have more jobs. We'd have more people working if we just did away with Social Security. Just work till you die. You know, there's lots of things that might have more people in the workforce, but their lives would be miserable. And we've fought battles to advance the rights of workers and to raise